Welcome to the first Good Manufacturing training session, an introduction to the current good manufacturing practices, in short, called cGMP. Lowercase c stands for current in cGMP, GMP stands for good manufacturing practices is uppercase. Let's dive right into understanding this top key word that you will see on biotechnology, pharmaceutical and medical device companies' job postings, as a key word on the job descriptions. What does it mean, and the quality standards associated with it? GMP, good manufacturing practices, covers that are essential to keep the drug or a medical device's safety, identity, strength, purity, and quality. During this training, we will go over CSPQ over and over again, as this is the foundation of manufacturing in life sciences industry. There are many checkpoints and parameters within GMP that ensure that products are consistently produced and controlled to the highest quality standards. These quality standards are milestones at every stage of the manufacturing process required by the FDA, which is aligned with standard operating procedures. These procedures are called SOPs. These are written first and followed as a rule during all steps of manufacturing. Since this is a compliance-driven industry and job duties that you will be performing are clearly written as a standard operating procedure, no employee should deviate from a written procedure. These instructions are given in a clear manner as to how to perform or execute any and all responsibilities as a manufacturing technician. So when we say a basic tenet of GMP is that quality cannot be tested into a batch of product but must be built into each batch of product during all stage of the manufacturing process, let's find out what it means by a batch or a lot. How many of you have seen a bottle of Tylenol, and if you look at the bottom of the packet, you will see a batch number or a lot number? What exactly is a batch or a lot number? We will go over that very soon in this training. Moreover, a basic understanding of good manufacturing practices and how it governs production, quality control for raw materials and process design. All these things are done by the company and the quality directors with other cross-functional departments to make it super easy for technicians to follow instructions on the job. Imagine having to learn all the principles and their significance at your peril, all the time at work, and having these procedures handy at your workplace, so you can revisit them if you are not sure about any activity that you will be performing at work. These are some of the terminologies used in pharmaceutical and biotech industry. GMP is good manufacturing practices and, as we talked previously, cGMP is called current good manufacturing practices. GCLP is good control laboratory practices. GAMP is good automated manufacturing practices. GXP is an abstract term used to cover good practices in general, and GDP is good documentation practices and good distribution practices as well, within the pharmaceutical environment. Out of all these terminologies, there are few very essentials for you as a manufacturing technician to lock it in your memory, such as good documentation practices, good manufacturing practices, and GXP, which are any and all activities, any and all documents related to manufacturing in biotech and pharmaceuticals are considered GXP items. In pharmaceutical and biotech industry, all procedures must be followed as they are written. Core principles of following written procedures is to write what you have done on appropriate logs or documents. FDA requires traceability at minimum at each and every step of the manufacturing process of pharmaceutical and biotech products. Do what is written, do not deviate in shape or form from the procedure. Just like the sentence, if it is not recorded, it did not happen. Let's say, if you added a chemical into another chemical and did not record the activity anywhere within a log, batch record, or any other document where it needs to be recorded. So it is important to write and log everything you do. You will learn recording of data and log entries on various documents and their importance. Cleanliness and hygiene must be maintained, as human beings are the main source of contamination, like shedding hairs, germs from hands, body, dead skin cells, clothes, shoes, etc. All GDP principles must be followed, which we will learn in GDP class. The GMP rules have their origins in the Food, Drug and Cosmetic laws that were passed in USA in 1938. These laws mandate that new drug must be safe and manufacturing methods, facilities, and controls be adequate. The law were introduced in response to the elixir sulfanilamide crisis that killed 107 people, mostly children. The GMP rules were further strengthened after the Winthrop Chemical Company produced sulfathiazole tablets contaminated with phenobarbital in 1940, which killed and injured over 300 people. The Clothier Report in the UK, based upon the Evans medical disaster, promoted the first UK Orange Guide, which formed the basis of the current European Union GMP regulation. Safety simply refers to a simple fact that a drug should be safe to consume. For example, when you have a fever and you pick up acetaminophen, like Tylenol, you expect it to bring your fever down and not make you more sick. As simple as that. It is everyone's right to have access to safe drugs that cure them, not make them more sick or dead for that matter. And identity is important, as the drug should be confirmed that if you're taking acetaminophen, so it should be acetaminophen. Strength: the test of the tablet must confirm 250 mg of acetaminophen being present in the tablet. With the testing of its attributes, for example, if a manufacturer is claiming to market acetaminophen of 250 mg. Purity: clarify that drug is free from impurities. And quality refers that drug should be maintained its standard in all parameters. Various countries and governments have formed regulatory authorities to make GMP regulations about how pharmaceutical and biotech products should be made. ICH simply refers the International Council for Harmonization of Technical Requirement for Pharmaceutical for Human Use. ICH brings together regulatory authorities across the globe and pharmaceutical industries to harmonize regulation and enforcement globally. There are many regulatory bodies for major countries that regulate drugs and medical devices, such as FDA in USA, Health Canada for Canada. All regulatory agencies perform regular audits in their respective countries. Some of the regulatory bodies are FDA, Food and Drug Administration in USA, MHRA, Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency for UK, EMA, which is European Medicinal Agency for Europe, TGA, Therapeutic Goods Association for Australia, and WHO, World Health Organization for Common Guidelines. This is an overview of current good manufacturing practices. You will learn more about the day-to-day role and responsibilities of a manufacturing technician in next classes. Please memorize all GMP principles, as you will need this knowledge for effectively executing work as a manufacturing technician. Thank you for watching. See you in next class.